Welcome to this week's Q&A and mail time episode. I actually already opened all the packages and letters, and I'm a little pressed for time. I'm supposed to be at my aunt's house for my cousin's birthday very soon. So we're going to go through these evolutions, we're going to answer these questions, and then we'll get to the package opening later. So first things first, the evolutions today aren't super exciting. I'm evolving a Kakuna. I evolved a couple Weedles for experience, and I just saved the ones with good IVs to evolve to a potential Beedrill because I still don't have one with 2 poison type moves or with 2 bug type moves. So hopefully this will be one of those 2. No, it's not. Is it possible for a nest to be split into 2 different Pokemon species at the same time? I've heard plenty of reports of this. I actually thought that Furman Park at one point was a double nest, but it seems like Pikachu is just, it's not a common spawn there, but it does occasionally spawn in clusters. You can see cluster spawns of a non-nest species in a nest, but if you don't see repeated cluster spawns or repeated frequent spawns of that Pokemon, that doesn't mean that it's a double nest. The whole double species nest thing is something that's been talked about enough that I'm trying to do more research into it. I actually got an email from a guy named Ishmael in the Philippines. He sent me a screenshot with 2 areas marked on the map. One is a bigger park, it's a big circle, Quezon Memorial Circle, in Quezon City, which is actually where my mom's family lived before they moved to the States. But within that bigger circle, there's a smaller area that spawns a different species. And he says it's been like this through multiple nest migrations, where there's one species on the outside, one species on the inside, and it changes with each nest migration. So this definitely seems like good evidence of 2 nests existing in the same place. They're not necessarily sharing the same park, but they are sort of within each other. Now I went onto OpenStreetMap to look at them, and I found there is a park boundary for the larger park, but there's no park boundary defining the smaller part within it. So I don't have anything conclusive yet, but I am looking deeper into what features on OpenStreetMap are common to all nests. Now, if anyone out there has experienced a 2-species nest, I would really appreciate it if you could tweet or email me either screenshots or just the name of the park or the location where you found that so that I can look it up on OpenStreetMap and try to put together some commonalities between them, because this is something that I think is pretty interesting, and it's something that seems like it's worth researching to help us better understand not just double nests, but nests in general. Next we'll do a Ponyta. I'm evolving this because it has huge starting CP. It's actually higher than my only Rapidash with a good Fire-type moveset currently, so it should make for a pretty big, pretty strong Rapidash, hopefully with Ember and Fire Blast. I would also settle for Ember and Heat Wave. 1744. If I had gotten 2 Fire-type moves on that, I would have been pretty happy. Is there a specific pattern or order for the position of eggs? For a long time, it seemed like it was just sort of random, but there is some new evidence that came out on the Sylph Road recently that suggests egg order is determined by how far you are from the Pokestop where you received the egg. I haven't personally done any research on this yet, but it is something I'm planning on doing in an upcoming episode, hopefully sometime this week, because that is one of the last great mysteries of Pokemon Go that we still haven't figured out. Stay tuned for more research on that. Psyduck. It's been a while since I evolved a Psyduck, but I still do not have a Golduck with Water Gun and Hydro Pump. And since Golduck did get nerfed, it's not really great for battling as much as it is for training, but again, I have plenty of Vaporeons at all levels with Water Gun Hydro Pump, which are going to be better than this. Well, 2 Psychic-type moves isn't a terrible thing. Golduck is not a Psychic-type Pokemon, so they're not benefiting from Stab. There are better alternatives if you want to use Psychic-type moves. Slowbro, Alakazam, obviously, but I'm not as mad as I could have been that this isn't Water Gun Hydro Pump. Would you be able to create a nest if you found an unmarked park on OpenStreetMap and marked it? So this sort of goes along with what I was saying about researching multiple nests in one area. I want to figure out what the actual factors are that are contributing to nest locations, and remember, it's possible that all of that information doesn't come from OpenStreetMaps. It seems like it's influenced by that, but that's not necessarily the only thing that Niantic is using to determine where to place nests. As you guys know, when I added a footpath to Furman Park, it didn't instantly see increased spawns. I I actually haven't been back to check since then, so that's another thing that I'll have to do this week. But to start, the answer is it's not going to become a nest automatically or instantly. It's possible that Niantic might update their OpenStreetMap database or whatever version of OpenStreetMap that they're using, and eventually the park that you add would become a nest. But remember, please use OpenStreetMap responsibly. Don't add parks to areas where they're not there. Don't change existing settings unless they're actually wrong. Make sure what you're adding to OpenStreetMap is correct. And again, as I do more research on OpenStreetMap and nests, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to skip the Sandshrew and the Squirtle, jump down to Staryu, which again, I'm hoping for Water Gun Hydro Pump, because Starmie is the strongest Water Gun Hydro Pump user. It has the highest attack stat out of any Pokemon that can get Water Gun and Hydro Pump. No. Here's a question from my boy Atlas, who, if you've never checked him out, go ahead and check out his channel. He was one of the original channels covering Pokemon Go before it launched. Since then, he's sort of switched his focus to cover all of Nintendo and just gaming in general news, but I definitely recommend him if you want to stay up to date, especially with the Nintendo Switch that's coming out soon. His question is, what are some of my future plans for travel in the US and abroad? And as you guys know, we are working on planning an Australia trip, since it is summer down there. I mean, if I'm being honest, I just want to go everywhere eventually, but the most immediate travel plans are to go to Australia. And then as far as domestic travel goes, I would like to go to the East Coast a little bit more. New York City, obviously. Boston, where you are, Atlas. PAX East, maybe. Detroit is actually another city that I'd like to go to. And bonus question, what are my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch? I'm actually really excited for it, because I've never really been a console gamer. I've always been more of a handheld than a console gamer. I like being able to take my games with me so that I can play in my downtime at, wherever I am. I like being able to play games with friends. There's nothing quite like playing with your friends in person, and the Nintendo Switch looks like it's going to be really good for that. It's actually the first console in a while that I've been so excited about that I'm actually pre-ordering and planning to pick it up on launch day. So yeah, definitely excited about the Nintendo Switch, and if you want more news and information about it, check out Atlas's channel. I'm going to do Squirtle right now. I'm still looking for a good... Everything that I want today is Water Gun Hydro Pump, but I want a Blastoise with Water Gun Hydro Pump and good IVs so I can power it up, even though it's actually one of the least efficient Water Gun Hydro Pump users. Now, actually, let's take a look at this Wartortle. Bite Ice Beam, okay. I might have stopped there because Wartortle with Water Gun and Hydro Pump is actually just as efficient CP-wise for training as a Blastoise is. So if you do get a Wartortle with Water Gun Hydro Pump, you catch it in the wild, and you don't want to risk losing that good moveset, keep it because it's actually good for training. Now, you. Finally, Water Gun Hydro Pump Blastoise. Now, I don't have a ton of Stardust, and honestly, I probably won't power this up anytime soon, but it's nice to finally have one that's worth powering up. In the meantime, it's in a good training range. For battling, what is your strategy regarding using the big move, or the charge move? Well, it depends on what my charge move is and what my opponent's charge move is. In the case of something like Parasect with X-Scissor versus Exeggutor, you can use X-Scissor at any time in between Exeggutor's quick moves, in between its charge moves, and you'll always be able to get it off safely and still dodge afterwards. If you have a charge move that takes longer, like Hydro Pump or Hyper Beam, you do need to time those a little bit better so that you don't end up getting stuck in that animation when your opponent uses their charge move. So after you've battled enough times, you'll start to get a feel for when an opponent will have its charge move ready. They fill their charge bars at the same rate as you do when you're attacking, but because they attack slower, their bar fills slower. Now they do also gain energy from taking damage, so the more damage you're dealing, the faster you're dealing damage to an enemy, the faster its charge bar is going to fill up. But typically for most Pokemon, you can fill up your charge bar and use your charge move one time safely before your opponent is able to use theirs. But if you're facing an opponent with a 2-bar charge move, something like a Snorlax with Body Slam, that's a risky one. You do typically want to save your charge move to use it after Snorlax uses his Body Slam. Since it's a 2-bar charge move, it doesn't require as much energy. The Pokemon will be able to use it sooner into the battle, and there's always the risk of the Pokemon using its charge move back to back, which does happen in some cases. So my advice is, if you want to be totally safe about it, wait to use your charge move until after your opponent uses their charge move, and then once you develop a feel for it, once you have an idea of how soon a Pokemon is going to use its charge move, you can start figuring out when you actually have time to use it early before they get to use theirs. One last evolution, and you already know exactly what I want out of this. I should just get all my Sandshrews out for good luck. Where are they? Here's one. Spoiler for package opening. It worked. It actually worked. I finally have my Mudshot Earthquake Sandslash. I mean, I already had one, but this one is a little better, so let's take a look. It's not a ton better. It has 19 more CP than the older one, but 1305 CP is better than my previous at 1286. It's not as good as these ones, 1320. These were all hatches, 1318, 1318. But 1305 is not bad. It's high 80s, I think, that one. So I've already opened the packages. You haven't seen them yet, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent me a Sandshrew this week, because I think that gave me some good luck with this evolution. Do you ever sort by recent and scroll to the bottom to see your oldest Pokemon? Can you show us? Yes, I can. Here it is, my starter Bulbasaur, which I actually powered up at one point. I forget why. It was to show something about powering up Pokemon. But there it is. That's my starter. I kept it July 5th, 2016 in LA. My second oldest is my first Sandshrew that I ever caught, and I caught this in the Sequoia National Forest, which is why I named it Sequoia, and also why it has no city name there. But that was July 7th, day 3 of my adventure. After that is a Kabuto from July 9th with good IVs. I think it was probably the first Kabuto I ever caught, and that's why I saved it. And then once we started learning about IVs, I found out it had good IVs, so I kept it. At this point, it's just an old fossil, but I might evolve it eventually, because I do actually want a good Kabutops with Mudshot and Stone Edge. My perfect IV Vaporeon, which I caught on July 13th. Another Vaporeon on July 13th. This very old Venusaur from July 18th. My Legacy Omastar with Rock Throw. Omastar can't learn Rock Throw anymore, so that's why I kept that. So yeah, those are my oldest Pokemon there. And I actually have quite a few from month 1, from July. I honestly don't know why I've kept things this long, but this was the Execute that I had for the longest time, the only Execute I had with good IVs, and I couldn't find one with higher CP. So anyway, lots of memories back there. I definitely do go back and look at those once in a while. That's it for the Q&A portion of this video. Let's cut to the mail time. Wow, lots of packages. I went to pick this stuff up today, and this is a lot more than I was expecting. So this is going to be sort of a rapid fire mail time. I have a huge stack of letters. I want to say thank you, of course, to everyone who sent one. I may or may not be reading everything in the video today, but if I don't read your letter here in the video, again, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. It's just we have a lot to get through. So thank you so much to everyone who sent something right now, and we don't have a lot of time, so let's just get into it. This letter is for Trainer Cass, so I think we're going to have a guest opening this really quick.
Snorlax. More tape. I don't want to ruin your letter. I have a Beautifly card. Are you saying pretty? Thank you. From Trainer Liam. Thank you. A cute card. I like this card. I actually caught this card in Sun and Moon when I was playing it. This Pokemon, actually.
Give this to Cassie so she can buy something like a snack or a Snorlax pin.
Thank you.
And Yveltal. I'm going to have a nice Pokemon card collection pretty soon. I'm 12 and almost 13. From Justin. Thanks for all your hard work. Thank you, Justin, for the letter, for the cards, and for the $5 for Cassie. Note, remember to spend time with Cassie and your family once in a while. Please. Landon, I will do that. I'm actually going to my aunt's house right after I finish shooting and editing this. for my cousin's birthday. So thank you for the advice. Thank you for the beautiful drawings. I got one from Liam too. To Trainer Nick from Liam. Liam, thank you so much. I appreciate it. From Jack, we got the shiny Sandshrew for me and the Clefairy for Cassie. No Snorlax, he says. Thank you, Jack. Eso es de España. I got a Japanese card from Spain. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Emily, for the sticker and the patch. Ahem.
Oh my gosh.
She's excited about this. Oh, there's more. Sandshrew and Lickitung. Thank you, Ruiz, for the letter, for the cards. I appreciate it. Okay. We're on to packages. Let's make this quick. That was amazing. Thank you. We got the Team Instinct license plate frame. Thank you, Emmanuel. This one's from Japan. A little stress ball. Need this while reading some of your comments. Did we? We got more. Farfetch'd. Another Snorlax. We got the big Snorlax pin. And a Lickitung. Damien, thank you so much. Your videos are what I wait for every day after school. I hope you guys like the cards I sent you. Tanner. Tanner's YouTube channel is Gaming Universe 21.
The
Massive Snorlax GX.
Oh my gosh.
And a Snorlax GX. And an original Snorlax. And a holographic Sandshrew. You guys are like really... This is a crazy card. I bet Chance will be stoked about this. Thank you, Tanner. Whoa. I live in a small town as a Team Mystic player. My problem is this. All the gyms in my town are level 10 Mystic, and I have no way to get in any gyms because everyone stopped playing. Nothing has changed gym-wise in over 2 months. Any advice? I guess, Miles, my advice isn't really for you as much as it is for Niantic. You know, we had a problem for a while with level 10 gyms before they rebalanced the prestige gain and loss for training and battling. One of the things that came up most often was that gyms would just decay over time, which honestly seems like a good idea. That every so often the prestige drops a little bit so that if no one's there to maintain it, it's going to start dropping, it's going to get to a lower level so that someone else might have the opportunity to either come train it up and put something in, or it'll be easier to take down. You know, I don't think it's a super common problem, but same team gym lockout is definitely pretty annoying to deal with, especially for someone who's 12 years old and most likely can't really go farther than their own town to find other gyms to put their Pokemon in. Now, Miles, whoa. We got another Snorlax and another Sandshrew. I feel like I should pick a stronger favorite Pokemon so you guys will start sending me stronger cards. Cassie gets all these and then I get these. Just kidding, it's not about strength. We've just been friends for a long time. Red Yoshi, blue Yoshi. Is this a Munchlax? Oh, nice. Big Sandshrew. Snorlax. A couple of Triforce earrings. Mr. and Ms. Pac-Man. Thank you, Miles. Some gifts from your friends here at hatsforyou.ticktail.com. Trainer tips in white. Trainer tips. Trainer tips. Trainer tips. Alright, we might have to give some of these away. Link is in the description for the giveaway if you want one of these Trainer Tips hats. Super limited edition, only 4 in existence. Cassie and I will have the other 2. Yeah, just hit the link in the description if you want one of these awesome hats. Getting all that Pokemon stuff must have been great, but I'm sure you have more interests other than just Pokemon. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I'm sharing that with you just like you share Pokemon with me. Best wishes, Michael and Catherine. Sweet. The holiday baby Groot. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. I saw the episode a few days ago in which you said you might be getting sick again. I didn't, thankfully. Mike and Rose. Nice. Thank you guys. I can give one to my dad, who's sick now. Probably because of us. We love watching your show, as our kids call it. They look forward to it every day after school. Somehow at Halloween when you ordered this, They sent us 2, and we think you should have it. Now you can look like an official trainer. Keep up the good work. The Bedells. Sweet. This is so cool. I might have to change my in-game appearance to match. Thank you, Bedell family. I wanted to take a stab at making you from your channel art. Hope you like it. More can be found at my channel, Ironed Art. One word. This is amazing. Thank you, Brandon, at Ironed Art. I'm gonna find places for all this stuff. Let's see. Wow, this
That's so cute.
is
You
crazy.
need to frame this.
I need to, yeah. Wow.
Oh
No
my
way.
God.
This is so cool. Thank you so much, Stephanie, and congratulations to you and Eric on your engagement. I'm trying to get these out. This is really cool. Hans, thank you so much. We got a lot of stuff to frame. Last one. And it came from Amazon. I got another crazy massaging tool. Thank you, Paul and Bjorn. Thank you, everyone who sent packages and letters. I appreciate all of it. I need a bigger space to do these mail time episodes. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something. I'll see you tomorrow.